Hello guys, how are you today? Now, we are from 6th group will explain about types of utterance in drama. Our group consists of in this opportunity we are going to explain about monologue, dialogue, soliloquy, asides, turn allocation, stichomythia, repartee, the significance of wordplay in drama. Okay, let's begin our explanation with monologue. What is monologue? A monologue is a speech given by a single character in a story. In drama, it is the vocalization of a character's thought. In literature, the verbalization. In a traditionally a device used in theater, a speech to be given on stage, but nowadays its use extends to film and television. A monologue speaks at people, not with people. Many plays and shows involving performance begin with a single character giving a monologue to the audience before the plot or action begins.
No! No, you can't! Stop! Please don't go away. Please? No one's ever stuck with me for so long before. And if you leave, I remember things better with you. I do. Look, P. Sherman, 42.
Monologue has several types. The first is soliloquy, and then dramatic monologue, and the last is internal monologue. Soliloquy will be explained later by my friend. And the second is dramatic monologue. Dramatic monologue is a speech that is given directly to the audience or another character. It can be formal or informal, funny or serious, but it's almost always significant in both length and purpose. For example, a scene that captures a president's speech to a crowd exhibits a dramatic monologue that is both lengthy and important to the story's plot line. In fact, in TV, theater, and film, all speeches given by a single character to an audience, the audience, or even just one character are dramatic monologue. And then internal monologue, the expression of a character's thoughts so that the audience can witness or read in literature what is going on inside that character's mind. It is sometimes referred to as stream of consciousness. In a piece of writing, internal monologue can often be easily identified by italicized block of text that express a character's inner thoughts. On TV and in film, internal monologue are usually spoken in the character voice, but without seeing him actually speak, thus giving the feeling of being able to hear his thoughts.
Good morning, everyone. I am Ayu Mubiratul Aziza, and I will be presenting the next material. The next material is dialogue. So, here's the definition of dialogue. Dialogue is the exchange of spoken words between two or more characters in a book, play, or drama, or other written work. In prose writing, lines of dialogue are typically identified by the use of quotation marks and a dialogue tag, such as "she said." In plays or drama, lines of dialogue are preceded by the name of the person speaking. Here's a bit of dialogue from Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. "Oh, you can't help that," said the cat. "We're all mad here. I'm mad. You're mad." "How do you know I'm mad?" said Alice. You must be, said the cat, or you wouldn't have come here. The next is some additional key details about dialogue. Number one is dialogue is defined in contrast to monologue, when only one person is speaking. So in dialogue, it has to be more than one person talking. Number two is dialogue, often critical for moving the plot of a story forward, and can be a great way on conveying key information about characters and the plot. Dialogue is also a specific and ancient genre of writing, which often takes the form of a philosophical investigation carried out by two people in the conversation. As in the works of Plato, this entry, however, deals with dialogue as a narrative element, not as a genre. The next is expository dialogue in plays or in drama and films. Dialogue is an especially important tool for playwrights and screenwriters because most plays or most drama and films rely primarily on a combination of visual storytelling and dialogue to introduce the world of the story and its characters. In drama, especially, the most basic information, like time of day, often needs to be conveyed through dialogue, as in the following exchange from Romeo and Juliet. Benvolio. Good morrow, cousin. Romeo. Is the day so young? Benvolio. But new struck 9. Romeo. Me, sad hours seem long. The next is dialogue in drama. Dialogue in plays or dialogue in drama and screenplays is easy to identify because, aside from the stage direction, dialogue is the only thing a play is made of. Here's a quick rundown of the basic rules governing dialogues in drama. Number 1, names. Every line of dialogue is preceded by the name of the person speaking. Number 2, adverbs and stage direction. Sometimes an adverb or stage direction will be inserted in brackets or parentheses between the name of the speaker and the line of dialogues to specify how it should be read. Here's the example. Mama, and there is bracket here, said outraged. And the dialogue, what kind of way is that to talk about your brother? Number 3, line breaks. Each time someone new begins speaking, just as in prose, the new line of dialogue is separated from the previous one by a line break. Here's the example of dialogue in drama. This is from Edward Albee's Zoo story. Jerry. And what is that cross street there? That one, to the right. Peter. That? Oh, that's 74th Street. Jerry. And the zoo is around 65th Street, so I've been walking north. Peter. Anxious to get back to his reading. Yes, it would seem so. Jerry. Good old north. Peter. Lightly by reflex. Ha ha. The next material is soliloquy. Here's the definition of soliloquy. Soliloquy is passage in a drama in which a character expresses his thought or feeling feeling aloud, while either alone upon the stage or with the other actors, keeping silence. This device was long an accepted dramatic convention, especially in the theater of the 19th, 17th, and 18th centuries. Long, ranting soliloquies were popular in the revenge tragedies of Elizabethan times, such as Thomas Kit's Spanish tragedy, and in the works of Christopher Marlowe, usually substituting the outpouring of one character's thoughts for normal dramatic writing. William Shakespeare used the device more artfully, as a true indicator of the mind of his characters, as in the famous To Be or Not to Be soliloquy in Hamlet. The next is the purpose of soliloquy. Even the best of actors cannot get across some of the emotion and turmoil going on inside their heads. Therefore, it's not surprising the main purpose of soliloquy is to tell you how they are feeling. However, they give you other insights into character as well. Number 1, show state of mind. For example, in Shakespeare's King Lear, his soliloquy demonstrates to the audience he's going crazy. Number 2, give crucial details. In certain instances, when action happens off stage, a soliloquy can keep you up to date on these current events, pushing the plot forward without showing you. Number 3, reveals plans. Ever wonder why sometimes you root for the villain? It could be that you understand them and their plans. Playwrights excel at showing you the mind behind a villain through soliloquy. And the last is dramatic irony. Soliloquies add dramatic irony by revealing thoughts, feelings, and plans others in the play don't know. The next is the examples of soliloquy. Here's the work of William Shakespeare called Midsummer Night's Dream. Explore Helena's jealousy and hurt through her soliloquy in Act 1, Scene 1. How happy some over others some can be. Through Athens I'm true as fair as she. But what of that Demetrius thing not so? He'll not know what all, but he do know. And as he is tutting in Hermia's eyes, to have his sight thither and back again. In this scene, the man she liked just started chasing after her bestie or her best friend. Helena used this soliloquy to express the hurt she's feeling. The other examples of soliloquies is The Glass Menagerie by Tennessee Williams. A more modern example of soliloquy is found in The Glass Menagerie. It's spoken by Tom at the very end of the play. I didn't go to the moon. I went much further, for time is the longest distance between two places. Not long after that, I was fired for writing a poem on the lid of a shoebox. I laughed, said Lois. I descended into the step of this fire, escaped from a last time, and followed. In this final moment of the play, or of the drama, William is revealing Tom's thought that everything is falling apart to the audience. It makes a poignant ending when Laura blows out the candle. So that's all the presentation of mine. The next material will be presenting by my friend. Thank you.
Okay, I wanna explain about asides. Aside from any other types of utterance, aside is the only talk that combines monologue and soliloquy, but he speaks towards the audience. Asides are spoken away from other characters, and a character either speaks aside to himself, secretly to another characters, or to the audience. It is conspicuous that plays of the Elizabeth's age make significantly more use of asides than modern plays. For example, one of the reasons certainly has to do with the shape of the stage. The upfront stage, which was surrounded by the audience, is missing. Asides are important devices because they channel extra information past other characters directly to the audience. Spectators are in a way taken into confidence, and they often become partners in crime, so to speak, because they ultimately more than some of the figures on stage. Jadi, asides ini menggunakan permainan kata yang digunakan untuk menghibur, menarik dan menahan perhatian penonton, baik dengan menyandingkan atau mengulang kata. Dengan demikian, penonton tersebut menjadi percaya diri dan mereka sering menjadi bisa disebut partner in crime karena tahu lebih banyak daripada beberapa figur yang ada di atas panggung.
Okay, now I will explain about turn allocation. So, turn allocation implies allotment and distributions. Thus, turn allocations occurs when a turn is allocated by the speaker's selection of the next speaker. So, it means like how many lines its character turns, and do some characters have turns than others, and if so, why? Or you can analyze how often a character get the chance to speak through the entire play and whether he or she is interrupted by others or not. So I will give you the example. Like this. Jika gimana ya? Kalau dalam drama kan ada percakapan ya antara beberapa orang. Jadi jika salah satu orang ini mulai berbicara, maka orang yang lain ini secara otomatis kan berhenti berbicara kan ya. Jadi itu gimana ya, kayak bergiliran gitu loh. Turn allocation itu kayak how we talk and how we stop talking. Jadi bergiliran gitu. Contohnya kalau di drama mungkin ya, misalnya kalau si A ini memberikan pertanyaan ya, mungkin kayak gitu, memberi pertanyaan kepada si B. Nanti kalau kan si A sudah selesai memberikan pertanyaan kan, otomatis si B ini kan akan menjawab. Jadi menurut pemahaman saya itulah apa gunanya turn allocation. Jadi bagaimana kita mengalokasikan waktu untuk berbicara bergilir gitu loh. Ya mungkin seperti itu sih. Saat ini Oke, akan dilanjutkan ke pemateri selanjutnya.
The next is stichometia and repartee. First is stichometia. Stichometia is a form of dialogue originating in Greek drama in which single lines are uttered by alternate speakers, or dramatic dialogue, as in a Greek play characterized by brief exchange between two characters, each of whom usually speaks in one line or of verse during a scene of intense emotions or strong argumentations. Jadi di stichometia itu merupakan drama Yunani yang pada zaman dahulu. Di drama Yunani tersebut tetap menggunakan bahasa Inggris, tetapi dengan aksen atau logat yang berbeda. Bukan dengan logat orang Yunani itu sendiri atau penutur aslinya, tetapi di stichometia ini kita menerapkan logat atau aksen atau penutur alternatif, yaitu bisa dari American accent tapi bermain di Greek play atau bermain di drama Yunani menggunakan bahasa Yunani itu sendiri. Dengan begitu, aksen atau logat yang diberikan akan berbeda dengan penutur aslinya. Lalu, yang kedua yaitu repartee. Repartee is a quick and witty reply or a succession or interchange of clever retorts. I mean like amusing and usually light sparring with words. Atau kita bisa sebut dengan adu kata, perlawanan kata atau adu kata singkat. Kalau di Indonesia kita bisa menjawab kata demi kata atau berperang kata, short words, yang bertujuan untuk berargumentasi bersama, berdebat secara ringan, atau di Indonesia kita bisa menyamakan dengan stand up comedian. Stand up comedian di sini biasanya untuk hal yang mereka lakukan atau hal yang mereka sampaikan bersifat banyak sekali. Kalau di Inggris juga kita bisa membahas tentang humor, tetapi kita sampaikan melalui kata-kata singkat. Terus lawan bicaranya membalas dengan kata-kata singkat juga. Jadi sama-sama menyampaikan argumentasi singkat melalui kata-kata seperti itu. Kemudian akan dijelaskan oleh teman saya. Terima kasih.
Okay, wordplay is a literary technique and a form of wit in which word use become the main subject of the work, primarily for the purpose of intended effect or amusement. Example of wordplay include puns, phonetic mix-up such as spoonerisms, obscure word and meanings, clever rhetorical excursions, oddly formed sentence, double entendres, and telling character names. Jadi, wordplay itu adalah teknik sastra dan bentuk kecerdasan di mana kata-kata yang digunakan menjadi subjek utama dari karya tersebut, terutama untuk tujuan efek atau hiburan yang diinginkan. Contoh permainan kata yang dimaksud dengan wordplay adalah permainan kata seperti fonetik, seperti spoonerism, rhetorical, dan yang berarti ganda, dan penyebutan nama karakter. Okay, function of wordplay. Basically, wordplay is use of background or giving affirmation of the aesthetic effect of a work. Bloomfield in his article explores various wordplay function, namely telling a joke, giving efek money, yaitu membuat efek yang lucu, breaking taboo, atau apa namanya? exposing taboo from things that are considered taboo to be not taboo. Itu breaking taboo, membuat hal yang tabu menjadi tidak tabu. And raising serious effect, membuat efek yang serius. Jadi itu tadi beberapa fungsi dari wordplay. Jadi fungsi dari wordplay tadi yaitu breaking tabu atau yang biasa disebut dengan TAB, biasa digunakan untuk mengungkapkan sesuatu yang jika diungkapkan secara vulgar akan dianggap tabu atau tidak nyaman didengar, menjadi ungkapan yang tidak tabu atau enak didengar. Maka konotasi suatu kata bisa digunakan untuk menepis tabu yang mungkin dirasakan oleh penikmatnya. Dengan demikian, kadang juga tidak menyadari bahwa yang sebenarnya disampaikan oleh pembuat karya tersebut adalah sebuah hal yang tabu gitu guys. Dan fungsi selanjutnya yaitu raising serious effect. Beberapa pembuat karya menggunakan wordplay ini justru untuk menciptakan efek yang serius pada karyanya. Dengan menggunakan wordplay, penikmat karya akan lebih merasakan bahwa kalimat atau ungkapan yang disampaikan adalah sesuatu yang penting dan mungkin juga suatu sindiran yang bernuansa sinis. Kesan serius dapat mengungkapkan serious ambitions, romantic confession atau ungkapan yang romantis, satir atau sarkasm. Bentuk karya sastra klasik yang menggunakan wordplay untuk menciptakan efek serius ini banyak digunakan oleh Shakespeare yang mengandung wordplay yang tidak sedikit, seperti dalam karyanya yaitu As You Like It. Dalam drama ini terdapat beberapa pernyataan sebagai ini. The truth poetry is the most winning. Di sini Di sini penulis menggunakan kesamaan bunyi antara kata kerja to feign yang bermakna to fake or pretend dan to feign yang bermakna to desire or wish for something. Di sini terdapat sebuah paradoks karena sesuatu tidak mungkin true sekaligus feigning. Nah, itu dia guys, fungsi dari wordplay itu sendiri. Jadi, mungkin itu guys. Dadah.